Hi guys, I'm going to cook a sausage goulash. In this goulash we're going to have some mushrooms, carrot and onions, garlic, beans, we're going to have some homemade chicken stock, some ale, chopped tomatoes, paprika, salt and pepper. So not much is going into this, but it's going to make a lovely tasty meal. Okay, so we're going to be using pork sausages. I've put in 6 juicy bangers in this pot, and I'll pour myself some ale because we're not going to be using all the ale in this meal. So I'm going to brown off these sausages first. In the meantime I'm going to cut up some onions. I'm going to slice them into slices, and I'm going to drink some ale while I do that. Okay, so they've browned off nicely now. They've been in there for about 10 minutes. I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to put the onions that I've just sliced up into the pan. The onions have been cooking off for a couple of minutes now. What I'm going to do next is put all the mushrooms in, try and put some colour on them, and then after that I'm going to put some garlic in, and I've chopped it up into fairly big pieces. Theory is I'm gonna cook this for about an hour, so I want it to give a little bit of a garlic flavour. I don't want it to cook out too much time. So it's fairly big. I've made a little well in the centre of the pan just so you can see the brown sticky stuff that's on the bottom. That's all flavour, so when we put the ale in, after we cooked off the garlic, it's going to release all that flavour into the food, so that's flavour, that is. And it's going to really make the dish taste really good. Okay, so the mushrooms are browned off a little bit now. I've just dumped in the garlic. I'm going to stir that around, cook off the garlic a bit, and once it starts smelling like it's roasting nicely, I'm going to add the ale, and I'm going to stir that about. That's about half a bottle of ale going in there. I'm going to save a little bit to drink. We'll let that cook off a little bit, get all the alcohol out of that. Might turn it up a little bit. Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to cut up some carrots, and I'm going to get the chopped tomato can opened, and that's going to go in the carrots. And pretty much at this time, everything is going to be put into this pan. So that's the stock, the paprika, the beans will go in towards the end, but I think in fact we'll save the beans and the paprika for the end. But everything else is going to go into this pan. We're going to cook it for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Right, I'm going to show you that stage next. Okay, so you can see the pan's getting quite full up now. pretty much everything that's going in this meal's been put in, apart from the beans and the paprika. And I might put a bit of cayenne pepper in there too at the end if it needs it. But if you don't like chilli, or even if you don't like chilli, you can still put a little bit in. It will help it along, but it won't be spicy depending on how much you put in. So I'm just going to mix that. So everything's in the pan apart from these ingredients, which I'm going to put in towards the end. So while everything's cooking, I am just going to twiddle my thumbs for a bit, and then at the end I'm going to put in a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'm going to adjust the seasoning. I might put a bit of thyme in fact that's going to go in now I think. And I'm going to put the beans in maybe 20 minutes towards the end, and some paprika at the same time as the beans. If you got some parsley, some fresh parsley, that would be quite nice to put in at the end too. Here it is. It's not quite bubbling yet, but once it starts bubbling I'm going to give it about 20 minutes and then I'm going to start putting in the rest of the ingredients. Right, I've just added the beans. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of paprika in there too. There we go. I'm going to mix that in. It's had about 20 minutes since it's come to a bubble. I think all that's left to put in there now is maybe a bit of salt if it needs it, and a bit of chili powder or cayenne powder. I'll try and stay away from chili powder if that's written on the bottle, because it's got a load of other things in it, not just chili. So I'll go for cayenne pepper. It looks like it's going to need another 10 minutes at least. Vegetables a bit hard still. And the paprika will help thicken it up. So as you can see it's a bit runny now, but once it starts cooking more and it starts reducing, it will start thickening up. If it's still too runny, I'm going to add a bit of corn flour at the end. So it's had a bit longer than I originally planned, about another half an hour in fact. It's thickening up a little bit, but I'm still going to add some corn flour. Now I've mixed a heaped teaspoon of corn flour with a bit of water. I've turned the heat down. In fact I'm going to turn it off, because if you put corn flour in liquid that's too hot, it destroys the properties of the corn flour and it won't thicken. So as you can see it's not bubbling now. Now add the corn flour. Dump it in all at once, then give it a stir. Okay, so I've turned heat back on, and now I'm going to let it heat up and bubble slightly, and then it will thicken up, hopefully. Then it should be done. Give it a little taste.